temperature, we're near the middle of the work week.
We are, and as far as what to expect, well, more of the same. We have that pesky fog that we're going to have to deal with in the mornings, and we do have a dense fog advisory in place for our Wednesday morning for the bulk of the area. That means that there's a good chance we could have some visibilities in many spots less than a quarter of a mile. As far as temperatures right now, we're down to 59 degrees. The winds are calm, and that relative humidity is at 93%. So that's a good indication that some fog is possible overnight as we're getting ever so close to the air becoming saturated at 100%. Right now, the visibilities don't look too bad, but the numbers are dropping down to about 5 miles for Livingston. And here's a forecast view heading into our Wednesday morning. We do see some lowered numbers out there. So again, if you have a late night tonight traveling or early tomorrow morning, allow some extra drive time because fog could be an issue. Otherwise, we just have to get ready for a warm rest of the week. Tomorrow we're forecasting 76 degrees for Meridian, and the record is 79. That was set back in 1989, so we'll see, but there's a better opportunity for possibly tying a record or maybe even breaking a record on Thursday. We're forecasting 77, and that is the standing record for that date for Meridian. So we'll see what happens, but temperatures well above the average for this time of year, and that warm up is taking place courtesy of a south wind. It's pumping in the warmth, pumping in the moisture, and all of that could serve as fuel for some storms by the end of the week. By Friday, the Storm Prediction Center still has parts of the area under that 15% probability for severe weather within 25 miles of a point. That does equate to, let's say, a slight risk level 2 out of 5. And the next update comes out tomorrow. We could even have a marginal risk for other parts that are not highlighted. So you want to stay tuned for updates. But nonetheless, we do have to keep our eyes on Friday. We're going to have this area of low pressure coming in. It's affiliated with the cold front, and it's going to bring us again showers and thunderstorms, and there will be elements in place atmospherically that could support some storms packing a punch. So as far as what to expect, we are still looking at the potential for a lower end threat for severe weather, mainly during our Friday afternoon, evening, and potentially into early Saturday morning. And then the main threat looks to be damaging wind. However, based on the elements that look to be in place that day, we can't rule out a tornado. So you would definitely want to stay weather minded, know where your safe place is. And if you have outdoor plans Friday, have a backup plan that's indoor just in case. And also flooding is something we're going to be watching for. There could be anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of rain that may fall locally, and you see that there is the potential for some flooding in our area, more so a lower end localized threat, but the flood risk could get a bit higher up towards places like Huntsville. So yeah, we'll be monitoring that, but we do need rain considering that we are dealing with a deficit for the year. It kind of spilt over from 2025, and much of the area is suffering from very dry conditions, especially in our West Alabama counties. They're dealing with a drought still. That's Sumter and Choctaw counties. But for tonight, we're going to have our temperatures in the 50s. Again, watch out for that dense fog. And for your hump day, we're talking mid to upper 70s. Again, well above the average by that range of 10 to 15 degrees. So here's the 10-day forecast at 10. We're watching Friday. Colder air comes in behind that system, though. Look at those mornings starting Sunday. Back in the 30s we go with those highs next week, below the average. So this warm up is going to be short-lived.